Hello guys and welcome back to my channel Firewall Gyan. Today we are going to discuss very important topic which is network address translation and security server. Let's begin with NAT, network address translation. Network address translation NAT and network address port translation NAPT are two primary technologies traditionally used as a method to number one, hide networks so that actual IP addresses are not revealed or required to be publicly routable. This reduces the need for more publicly routable IPs. And number two, allow access to internal, sometimes non-routable resources from an external network. How NAT works: when referring to NAT in the checkpoint world or a firewall 1 context, it is not only meant in the traditional sense but to regard NAT as an infrastructure of a service used, for example, to create clustering solution, security server solutions, or office mode connection, etc. As you see in a screen, it give you some brief. The infrastructure which inspect rules and tables performed on the first packets. Features: NAT rule base is efficient, dual NAT automatic rules priorities. Let's understand this. When NAT is defined on a network object, NAT rules are automatically added to the NAT rule base. Those are called automatic NAT rules. NAT is translated during the policy installation to table and performed on the first packet of the connection. The NAT rule base is very efficient and can match two NAT rules on same connection. This is called bidirectional NAT. Only applies for automatic rules. Note, even though NAT merges two automatic NAT rules into one, as described above, this feature may be disabled and NAT rules may be manually defined for traditional options. NAT rules are prioritized first to resolve pre-automatic, automatic, and then post-automatic. So it's static NAT first, followed by the hide NAT. Let's understand how NAT hide NAT process. Consider first the original packet. When the packet arrives at the inbound interface, it inspected by the security policy. The first packet, if the packet is accepted, the packet is entered into the connection table. The first packet of the connection is matched against the NAT rule. The first packet is translated if a match is found. Then the packet arrives at the TCP/IP stack of the firewall or a checkpoint module machine and is routed to the outbound interface. This is what you can see over a screen, how the NAT happens. During the NAT rule-based traversal, both NAT source and destinations are decided. However, they are actually performed at the appropriate locations. For example, source NAT on the server side and destination NAT depending on the relevant GUI property you set. The reply packet arrives at the inbound interface of the firewall module or a machine. The packet is passed by the security policy since it's found in the connection table. The packet destination, which is source of the original packet, is translated according to the NAT information. This takes place when the packet was translated into the first initial connection. The packet arrives at the TCP/IP stack of the firewall machine and is routed to the outbound interface. The packet goes through the outbound interface and the source, the destination of the original packet, and translated according to the information in a NAT table. The packet leaves the machine. This is how the hide NAT process works. Now let's understand what is security servers. So another important feature of a checkpoint firewall is security servers, which are necessarily an crucial element of the firewall functionality. Some firewall features require a higher layer of protocol enforcement such as application layer. In addition, authentication schemas such as user, client and session authentication require that a firewall maintain the connection during the user session so that the processes must be maintained and monitored. To accomplish this, the firewall acts as a proxy and the user mode process are employed to manage this activity. Please note when identity awareness is deployed, this process is operated in a different way. So let's see how a security server works. Essentially, when client initiate a connection to the server kernel signals the FWD process using a trap. FWD process spans the FWSSD child service which runs the security server. Then the security server binds to a socket and manages the connections. FWD waits for connection on the port of the other server daemons and start the corresponding server when the connection is made. FWD also talks to its children processes on other server using pipe and by using signals. In the file structure, real port is the port being bound to. If real port is 0, a high random port will be assigned. The location $fwdr /com /fwauthd.com file is the structure as shown on the screen. How you can assign and modify this security servers. So guys, this is a very small video explaining the NAT and the security server.